Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Thought Space with me, F01. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for growing with us. You'll never believe this. Right now, we are on 70 subscribers. How amazing is that? I'm truly thankful for each and every one of you that is sharing our content, that is interacting with us. I really truly appreciate the phone calls. You know, some people that know me personally that have my phone numbers, they'll be calling me. They'll be, you know, sending me some WhatsApps and say, "Man, keep on doing it." Truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Let's grow together as a platform, and I believe that we'll be adding something of value to society in the content that we are publishing. So I truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you 1,000 times for the support. I truly, truly appreciate it. Now, let's get to the thought space. In 2019, the 9th of January, a man by the name of Thulani Ngobo was arrested, allegedly at that time, for murdering his wife. And then 3 years ago, he was, not 3 years ago, after serving 3 years for allegedly murdering his wife, he was released. His name is Thulani Ngobo, but we know him as Pitch Black Afro. And he has been doing a series of interviews, and I could not ignore, what this man has gone through. It pains my heart. So I just want to address a couple of things about the things that he has been saying, which some of them are quite bizarre, and it makes you wonder and question the integrity of our justice system in this country. There's a lot of things that he said during various interviews, and then I just thought, what he has gone through, it could happen to anyone. And then my worry is that majority of South Africans are quiet about the things that he's saying. And he's saying these things in a public platform, and no one has come out and say what he's saying is not true. I'm going to show you a couple of clips when he said in an interview called I think the podcast is called Justify. Shout out to the team that Justify. I believe you guys are doing a great work in the interviews that you are doing, but there's a number of things that I would want to address pertaining the things that Pitch Black was saying in that interview. And I just pray for the man, for total healing, and I pray for justice to prevail, because I don't think he did this. I don't think he killed his wife. I don't think he even knows what happened to his wife. But you'll be judged for yourself as we are going through this. But here's the thing. If indeed he is innocent, which I truly believe he is, the rest of the country might be split in half. There might be a group of people that say the man is guilty. And the fact that he got out of jail after 3 years of serving his sentence, that is not justice. And then there's another half that says, clearly you can see that this man did not do this. And then there's a clip that I'm going to show you where the judge calls him. He chases everyone from the courtroom and speaks to him and say, you have to take the fall. There is no evidence that suggests that you are guilty. But because of the person that you are and the name that you carry and that you are in the limelight, the justice system has to be seen to be doing justice. If there is a crime that has been done, the justice system has to be seen by the public to be punishing those who are accused of doing the crime. Clearly, we can see that you are a victim of circumstances. You find yourself in the wrong place at the wrong time. Unfortunately, you're going to be the one that has to take the fall. Is that justice? How is that fair? How is that fair to his wife? How is that fair to Pitch Black Afro? How is that fair to the wife's family? How is that fair? How is that fair to Pitch Black Afro's mother, who suffered a stroke because of this? My worry is that if we as a community, we as a society in this country, we are quiet when we see something like this happen to an innocent man. What kind of society are we building? What kind of future are we building for ourselves and for our children if we allow things like this to happen to innocent men? Something has got to give. Something has to be corrected here. So this man, he has a dark cloud over his head. There's a group of people that when they see him, they see a murderer. When they speak about him, when he goes out in the mall, they say, look at that guy that killed his wife. Yet the judge behind closed doors says, I can see that you did not kill this woman. You didn't kill your friend. Because always when he speaks about his wife, Pitch Black Afro says, this is my best friend. This is my soulmate. For 23 years, half of my life, I've lived with this woman. And the judge says, I acknowledge that. But you're going to have to take the fall. I don't understand how can we allow that to happen? How can we move on with our lives, yet we see an innocent man who was put to jail with hardcore criminals for a crime he did not commit. And right now he's outside, but he's living a life of an ex-convict. Everywhere he goes, he's been referred to as an ex-convict, a murderer of his wife. How is that fair? I'm going to play you the first clip. This is my worry. This is my number one worry. Is that even his neighbors, the people that watch him grow, some of the people that he has raised in the community in Soweto, they see him as a nice guy who just happened, unfortunately, to murder his wife. That's what people believe, because that is the information that has been out there, that he did it. He is guilty. Well, this man is walking knowing that he did not do this. but he has to live a life as though he did. And you tell me, how is that fair? Imagine building a life with someone for 23 years. One day she comes to you, she's hurt. Something obviously happened from wherever she was. She's hurt. She runs to her best friend. And before Pitch Black Afro could know what happened, she dies. He calls the police and they arrest him because they could not find the real person that killed her, that hurt her. Now he has to take the blame. Look, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an expert when it comes to law. But this can't be right. So listen to what the community is saying about him. The people that see him every day. After he's been released, this is what they think about him.
It was day before yesterday, yeah, because we greeted each other. Like, but adjust, like,
okay, so here's another thing. If you're going to be a news channel and you're going to be broadcasting news and so forth, I don't like this kind of format where you only hear the answers of the person and you don't know what the questions are. I mean, the lady, if she says, "Oh, Tugal, yeah, but you know, but what was the question, and how was the question phrased? Did the journalist say Tugal because he's released? You know, so what are you implying? Should they be afraid that he's back? You know, so I don't like this kind of format. I need to know what the question was so I can link the answer to the question. Because also, I feel like the media is not doing its job. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. I think they are also riding on the narrative that he's guilty. So they wanted to give the image of Pitch Black Afro as the man that did kill his wife. And then the line of questioning is that of, are you happy that the guy that killed his wife is out? And are you not afraid that the murderer is out? We need to do better.
Understand, but as I go about not into the woods, manging bona but so Tina's life in so corner because as in into Zayenza Pinde, Yabona Gubengas against Agalanga next. But you're not too severe because it's wrong, gender based violence is not a good thing.
I mean, I'm particularly because nami bengiwe situation yokuthi like umuntu esifazane washona ekhaya which is ugogo ozala ubabami. Yes, so like into akhona ibhlungu yona isilonda singapheli, it's just trauma nje engasuki nanoma kunini. As long as he has served his sentence kwaphela kanjalo, but whatever he has done to that particular person I cannot say ukuthi uzombuyisa or whatsoever, only just yena naleyo family lemele reconcile nayo akhulume nabo then yonke into ke ya
angithi ngiyayipromote but ngithi xolwe like yabona yeah flopper so umuntu singeke simthathe njenge serial killer umuntu maybe iphutha lalelo langa lelo, you understand.
Now this is what his community members are thinking about him. It's like, yeah, he's a nice guy. It's unfortunate that he killed his wife. You know, he saved his time. You know, unfortunately, he can't bring his wife back after what he did to her. That's the general understanding of his community members. So every time when he walks past his neighbors and he greets them, it's like, hi, murderer. we take you in, but it doesn't, stop the fact that you are a murderer. And they're saying this to an innocent man. My heart breaks every time I listen to these interviews. When I think about the circumstances that led to him being, charged and sentenced with murder, it just breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart. Now, let's go to the interview. And then there's a couple of clips that I want to show you, and we just react to them.
Because I didn't have money to pay for a lawyer. You understand? Every lawyer they gave, they gave unto me, Coach Babi's and my state lawyer. When they speak the truth, they change them. They put another one. Then I have to re-explain myself. Then that guy will say something, and they understand that they don't like. They will change again until they put this stupid lawyer. I mean, I still say that guy was very stupid. You understand? It just pleaded. It just pleaded. Good capable homicide. Fair what? Because that means I killed her by mistake. Matsala, how could you say that? How could you say that?
So here's what's going on here. So the man could not afford a lawyer, so the state provided him with a lawyer. But it appears from what he's saying is that he had not just one. He had one lawyer who could see the evidence, and then he's trying to defend him so that he's out, and then they'll change the lawyer and give and bring another lawyer. And then the lawyer would see the evidence. It's like, but this man is innocent. He did not do it. And they change that lawyer, and then they would give him another, because he doesn't have money to afford a lawyer that would fight for him. This is the justice system of this country, that you only get to experience justice when you've got money. And this is just happening right to our faces. For you to be able to enjoy justice as an accused person, you must have money. You must have money so that you can pay a lawyer that will fight for you. But also this lawyer will fight for you depending on the money that you have. As soon as your money runs dry, then the lawyer will say, hey man, this is as far as I can go, because I'm not really concerned about your well-being. I'm concerned about the money that you give me that will determine the kind of fight that I will put on for you. That is the justice system of this country. He did not have money, so they provide you good. They provide you with a lawyer. But then they keep on changing the lawyers until there is a lawyer that will say, fine, we'll plead guilty for culpable homicide. But pleading guilty for culpable homicide, then he is agreeing that he is the one that killed his wife, but he didn't intend to. And this is on record. The person that's supposed to fight for his freedom and for justice to prevail is saying, someone has to take the fall, so you're going to have to take the fall. So instead of you pleading guilty for premeditated murder, let's just say you didn't intend to kill her, but you are the one that killed her. But Pitch Black Afro said, but I didn't. But you don't have the money, right? You don't have the money to have a lawyer that will fight for you. So you just have to take whatever you're being given. That is the justice system of this country. Let's go to another clip.
Yeah, one, and we all never had justice because those people never did their job. Yeah, when even when the evidence was there, yeah, when looking at them straight in the eyes, no, bafangami. At all, I don't know because of the name or what, but I was charged in fact with a premeditated murder of a wife that I had for 23 years, a friend of mine, like the only person I could trust in the world. Understand? Hey, son. Yabona that day, it was so sad in Jayam. Yabon. And even the judge, said, there's no evidence. How can I judge this guy? Mother, he still charged me guilty. Yeah, tried that then he chased out everybody in the court. Understand? Then he called me closer and said, man, take the fall. That's why that you are a victim of good of circumstance. You were at the wrong place at the wrong time. And I'm like, bruh, isn't this the High Court? Akusindawo yamaqiniso nale. But ekugcineni I didn't have a voice because I didn't have money to pay for a lawyer.
I tell you right now, this breaks my heart, man. He says that the judge calls him, chases everyone out, and calls him. Said, I can see the evidence. You're not guilty. But unfortunately, you're gonna have to take the fall. Guys, how is that? How is that fair? How is that justice? Okay, so when this man is being now sentenced, yet the judge knows that this man is not guilty, and he is being sentenced, knowing that this man is not guilty, and he's being sentenced to go spend time in prison with real criminals, with real murderers. Who is this justice for? Who is this justice for? Does it bring justice to the family of Miss Tricia? So, are we insinuating that the family of Miss Tricia, they just want someone to go to jail because their daughter has been murdered? Someone has to go to jail. It doesn't matter whether they're innocent or not. Is that what the justice system is doing? For the sake of the family of Miss Tricia's family, we're going to have to take someone to jail. They have to see us as the justice system to be doing something to avenge for Miss Tricia's murder. Who is this justice for? When we say justice is served, who is this? Who is being served this justice? When a man is being told, we can see that you are not guilty, but for the sake of justice and for the sake that we must be seen to be punishing the one who is being accused of the murder, then that is justice. Think about this way. Like this, just think about the humanity of this man. Just think about, let's forget the fame right now. Let's forget about the name that he carries. This is a man, he's a human being. He's been told to his face, the evidence does not make you guilty. There's nothing in the evidence that suggests that you are guilty. But we have to take you down, and you have to accept the fall, because we must be We must be perceived, we must be seen to be doing something about this case. Someone has to take the fall. Unfortunately, you are a victim of circumstances. You just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. How was he in the wrong place at the wrong time when his friend, when his wife ran to him? Where else was she supposed to go when she's hurt? She's supposed to go to her best friend, the only place where she would be safe. But now when she runs to her safety net, the safety net is guilty, is found guilty. And I ask again, how is that fair? How is that justice? And why are we quiet about this? Why is the society, why is South Africa just okay when we look at a man being accused of a crime that he obviously did not do, and we just move on with our lives?
Yeah, well, it hurt. Yeah, well, nje good kakulu there inside, especially, it hurt. It hurt more. Yeah, it hurt. Like I felt like, yeah, man, if we look back to the life is like unfair, and like we understand. Yeah, but why me? But I understand that. But I like. Yeah, when I grew out of that, yeah, one day then I grew. Yeah, one I said, okay, angazi ngayibeka kanjani yabona ukuthi bekungabe umntana kabani anyway yabona okumele andlule this yabona mara yabona for mina it shouldn't have happened the way it happened. That's why that then you Trisha, man. Trisha was a beautiful soul. You Trisha, man. Yabona mangaxoxa isitory sakhona manje ukuthi on what happened. It's mfana, you'll be disappointed with justice system. Labo baba laba amaphoyisa laba. I have lack of respect manje because of what happened to me. That's why I did.
And I just want to say right now, may her soul rest in peace, man. And then I pray that the truth somehow may it come. May this man be, protected. And because obviously some people will be like, of course, there's no murderer that will go out and say, I did it, if he still wants to buy face to the community. Obviously will claim that he's innocent. But judging from what happened in that courtroom, this man is innocent. And I just, rest in peace. And I constantly, when I think about Pitch Black Afro, I just pray for total healing, man. Total healing. I can't imagine going through what he went through. I can't imagine going through what he's currently going through right now at this very moment. Going home, knowing that your best friend that you've been with for 23 years is no more. And what is even said, he said in the interview that he was not even allowed to go bury her. He said even in this very time, he doesn't know where the grave is. We're talking about his best friend. Spent 23 years with the woman. And he doesn't know where she was buried. This is the most painful thing I've ever heard. It's the most painful. I don't know how to even communicate just the disappointment that I have in the justice system. But let's keep on going.
Defense, no seat. You're defending yourself. Them, they will never speak lies. It means you are speaking and then the facts, their facts never corresponded. Mara still, I took the fall. I took the fall. Yeah, that's that.
Jeez, man, you spoke about you being with your lady for more than 15 years,
23 years. Yeah.
23 years.
Yeah.
How would you describe?
This is where I have to sort of like critique the interviewer a little bit. It's very important to, especially a long format interview. And also, I'm not a big fan of doing interviews, especially if it's like a long format kind of a thing, you know, because there's a lot of things that he said in this clip where my brother just ignored. He just went on to the next question. There's a lot of things that he said, and he says, let's just talk about the love that you have for him. After saying what he said, like, this is very serious things that he said. Let me play the clip again for you.
Their facts never corresponded. Mara still, I took the fall. I took the fall. Yeah, that's that.
Jeez, man, you spoke about you being with your lady for more than 15 years,
23 years. Yeah.
23 years.
Yeah.
He's talking about the police officers that gave evidence. And he said, these men were lying, blatantly lying, and their evidence never corresponded. But he took the fall. The questions would be like, what did they say? What did they say that was not corresponding? But now let's move on. Let's move on to the next question. I feel like the media is also is to be blamed for this. The narrative that is being pushed to paint this man as a murderer, while he's coming out and saying, I did not do this. I have to accept the fact that I have to take the fall, but I did not do this. But the media is like, nah, you did it. We're going to address you as a murderer. We'll speak to you as though you are the murderer. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. The next part, the last clip is where he's asked, what did prison teach you? And I really want, in this tragic story, this is one of the most heartwarming, most beautiful things that I've heard in his response. But let me not say much. Let me allow you to hear it for yourself.
What did prison teach you when you were living there? Actually, not even when you were living there, in the process of you being there.
Okay.
Did it really maybe sort of made a change in your mind?
Yeah, you can say that. Ngithi ngiyafunda ukubona isikele. Angazi ukuthi ngayibeka kanjani lento leyo. Yazi, how can I even explain it nangesizulu? Mara ngiyafunda ukubona isikele. Yabona coming towards me. Isikele mesizoyenzeka. Uyathola la idea. Ngiyafunda to know me. Uyathola la idea. And the manje laphayana we have a lot of chance yokuvula incwadi. There's a library there. Yabona. So I used that library like it was a sanctuary. Uyathola la idea. So I found God there. Yabona la idea. I found God, yabona, in my way. Yabona la idea. He came to me. Came and snatched me. Yathola la idea. And wangithulisa. Yabona. Yes, hence the meaning of Psalm 23. For me, it's not even a prayer. It's a way of life. It's a way of thought at all. God, yeah, but the Lord, He is my shepherd. I know that's how I will never fear what I'll eat, where I'll be, uzoenzani. You understand? He will lay a table for me. Ngimgcwalisele. That's why I think why? Because I'm His. Okay, we understand.
He said while he was in prison, he found himself, but also he found God. And what God did was that He snatched him and He embraced him. Wamthulisa. Man, I tell you, when I heard that, I was weak. That God has the ability to reveal Himself in hopeless situations, where He is able to give you peace that surpasses all understanding, where He's able to wipe your tears in the most unfortunate of situations.
Of Psalm 23, for me, it's not even a prayer. It's a way of life. It's a way of thought at all. God, yeah, but the Lord, He is my shepherd. I know that's how I will never fear what I'll eat, where I'll be, uzoenzani. You understand? He will lay a table for me. Ngimgcwalisele. That's why I think why? Because I'm His.
He will lay a table for me because I'm His. And he realizes that in prison. He lays a table for him because I'm His. You know, I just wanted to share this clip, and there's two things. I want to address the society at large, that I still believe in this God, and this God will bring justice for him. But also, for those who believe like I do that this man is innocent, we've got to do everything in our power to show him that we love him, we appreciate him, because he has done so much for the culture in this country. You cannot ignore what he has done when it comes to the music world in this country. A man that has given us so much. When he is in need, the best that we can do, or the least we can do, is just to show him love and show him the support, especially when he's in this phase in his life when he's trying to bounce back. The least that we can do is to show him love. He has a single that came out a few weeks ago. It's called No Sunshine, and it's a tribute to his wife, Miss Tricia. You know, I can't call her by her name, you know, like Tricia, because she's older than me. So that's why I'm addressing her as Miss Tricia. We need to show this man the love if there's any justice in this world, let's show this man the love. And the last thing that I want to say is to you, Mr. Ngo. You might not ever see this, but when you do, I pray that God heals you. I pray that God shines his face on you. I pray that you get to experience the character of God and how much he loves you and how much he's for you, how much he will never leave nor forsake you, how much you get to understand that he has plans for you, and these plans are to prosper you and not to harm you. That even when the enemy comes and tries to disturb your life and throw in accusation, you've got a God that recognizes you and claims you as his own. And I pray that God will bless you beyond measure. And I pray that you'll experience him and you experience his love, and you'll be able to proclaim that you'll be able to proclaim the love that you experience to other people. And if in any way our society as South Africans, we did not treat you in a fair manner, I'm sorry. And I pray that we'll do better by you as time goes on. I pray for total healing. All right. That has been the thought space. The thought space has always been about the things that I'm thinking about. And this has been, I've been thinking for as long as I've known this story, even when you were still in prison. And I knew the circumstances around this case. Just my heart was for this man. And I pray that if there's anyone that's going through anything similar, my heart goes out to you. And I pray for justice, for true justice to prevail. This has been the thought space. Thank you so much for being part of this. Truly, truly appreciate it. Until next time, peace.